Welcome to English Emergency. Today, you're going to face 10 real-life situations where you have to speak English. And this isn't a normal English lesson. I'm going to put you in situations where you must respond quickly. I'll give you the situation, ask you a question, and then you'll have just a few seconds to answer. But pay special attention to emergency number 7. It's a situation that can happen to almost anyone when traveling or eating in another country, and you'll need to know how to explain a problem without sounding rude. And emergency number 10 is even more challenging. Someone will suddenly ask you a question you weren't expecting, and you won't have time to translate it in your head. You'll have to think and speak in English immediately. So don't just watch this video, speak with me. If you're watching on your phone, put your headphones on. If you're alone, speak out loud. And if you make a mistake, that's completely fine. The goal isn't perfect English. The goal is to communicate. Ready? English emergency number 1. You missed your flight. You're at the airport. You look at the screen, and suddenly you realize something terrible. Your flight has already left. You quickly walk to the airline counter. The employee looks at you and asks, "How can I help you?" You have 5 seconds. What would you say? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Speak. A natural answer could be, "I missed my flight and I'd like to know if there's another flight available today." Excellent. Notice something important. You didn't need complicated English. You simply explained the problem and asked for help. That's what real communication is about. English emergency number 2. You lost your wallet. You're walking around a busy city. You reach into your pocket. Your wallet is gone. You need to explain the situation to a police officer. The officer asks, "What happened?" You have 5 seconds. Go. A natural answer, "I think I lost my wallet. I had it a few minutes ago, but now I can't find it." That's useful English. Now imagine the officer asks, "What's inside your wallet?" Answer out loud. Maybe, "My ID, some cash, and my credit cards." Good. You're surviving the emergency. English emergency number 3. You're late for work. You're walking into the office 20 minutes late. Your manager looks at you and says, "You're late. What happened?" Don't panic. You have 5 seconds. Speak. A natural answer, "I'm sorry I'm late. There was a lot of traffic on the way here." Now your manager asks, "Did you call anyone to let them know?" Answer. Maybe, "No, I'm sorry. I should have called." That's another useful phrase, "I should have." You can use it when talking about something you regret not doing. English emergency number 4. Your phone died. You're in a city you've never visited. Your phone battery is completely dead. You need to call your friend. You see a stranger nearby. You walk up and say, "Excuse me." What do you say next? You have 5 seconds. Go. A natural response, "Excuse me, my phone died. Would it be okay if I used your phone to make a quick call?" That's polite and natural. Now imagine they say, "Sure, no problem." What do you say? "Thank you. I really appreciate it." Perfect.
And remember that phrase, "I really appreciate it." It's extremely useful when someone helps you. English emergency number 5. You're lost. You're walking through a city. You have no idea where you are. You see someone and ask, "Excuse me, could you help me?" They say, "Sure, what's wrong?" Your turn. Explain where you need to go. For example, "I'm trying to find the train station. Do you know how I can get there?" Now they give you complicated directions. You don't understand. What do you say? Don't just smile and pretend you understand. Say, "Sorry, could you say that again more slowly?" That's an important survival sentence. English emergency number 6. Your car breaks down. You're driving to work. Suddenly, your car stops. You call a mechanic. They ask, "What's the problem?" You have 5 seconds. Go. Maybe, "My car suddenly stopped and now it won't start." The mechanic asks, "Where are you?" Answer with your location. Then they say, "We'll send someone over." What do you say? "Thank you. How long do you think it will take?" Excellent. You just handled another real-life situation in English. But now we're getting into situations that are much harder. English emergency number 7. You ordered the wrong food. Remember this one. This situation can be surprisingly difficult. You're sitting in a restaurant in another country. You ordered chicken, but the waiter brings you something completely different. You don't want to be rude. You don't want to simply say, "This is wrong." You need to explain the problem politely. The waiter asks, "Is everything okay?" You have 5 seconds. Go.
I'm sorry, but I think there may have been a mistake. I ordered the chicken, but this isn't what I ordered. That's much more polite. Now, the waiter says, "I'm so sorry. Let me fix that for you." What do you say? "Thank you. I appreciate it." See what happened? You didn't complain aggressively. You explained the problem, you stayed polite, and you asked for a solution. That's real English. And this is exactly the kind of English you need outside the classroom. English emergency number 8. Your hotel room has a problem. You finally arrive at your hotel. You're tired. You open the door, and the room isn't what you expected. Maybe the air conditioner isn't working. You call reception. They ask, "How can I help you?" You have 5 seconds. Go. "Hi, I'm staying in room 305, and there's a problem with the air conditioner. It's not working." Good. Now imagine they say, "We'll send someone to take a look, but you need to leave soon." What would you say? "I'd appreciate it if someone could come as soon as possible because I need to leave soon." Excellent. That's polite, clear, and natural. English emergency number 9. A difficult job interview question. Now things are getting serious. You're sitting in a job interview, everything is going well, then suddenly the interviewer asks, "Why should we hire you?" You weren't expecting that question. You have 5 seconds. Don't translate. Speak. You could say, "I believe I'm a good fit for this position because I'm hardworking, reliable, and willing to learn." Now imagine they ask, "What's your biggest weakness?" This is harder. Take a breath, start with, "One thing I'm working on is," and complete the sentence. For example, "One thing I'm working on is becoming more confident when speaking in front of large groups." Great. You don't need a perfect answer. You need to stay calm and keep speaking. But now we've reached emergency number 10, and this one is different because there isn't one perfect answer. You have to think for yourself. English emergency number 10. Someone asks you a question you didn't expect. You're at a party, you're talking to someone you've just met. Everything is going normally. Then suddenly they ask, "If you could live anywhere in the world for 1 year, where would you live and why?" You weren't prepared. You can't translate. You can't search Google. You can't write your answer. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Speak. Don't worry about whether your answer is interesting. Just answer. Maybe, "I think I'd choose Japan because I've always wanted to experience the culture and lifestyle there." But don't copy my answer. Give me your answer. Now, let's make it harder. Imagine they ask, "What's one thing you would change about your life right now?" 5 seconds. Speak. And one final question. What is one goal you really want to achieve in the next 5 years? This time, I want you to speak for 1 full minute. No stopping, no translating, no worrying about mistakes. Just communicate. Because if you can do this, you're no longer just studying English, you're using English. Final challenge. You've survived all 10 English emergencies, but before you leave, I have one final challenge for you. Imagine you're traveling alone in another country. You lose your wallet, your phone is dead, you don't know where your hotel is, and you need to ask someone for help. Tell me what you would do. Start with, "First I would," then continue your story for 2 minutes. This is your final test. Don't stop, don't translate, don't aim for perfect English. Just speak. Because remember, you don't become a confident English speaker by waiting until your English is perfect. You become confident by speaking before you're perfect. And that's why you survived today's English emergency.